Good evening, boys. What up? How's everyone doing? I see. Ayla Chato, welcome. Dear King Alpha, welcome. I see Ivana, welcome. Welcome, Strategy Informer. Welcome, Charity Chance. Happy Saturday to all of you. Happy Saturday indeed, King Alpha. It is Saturday. You know what that means? We gotta read. Well, I read, you listen. I'm so sorry. But first, how's everyone? How are you? How's it going? How are things over there? I have I've had a very, very weird Saturday afternoon, or Saturday in general, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get shit done today, because I got my chores out of the way yesterday, because I had Friday off. And then I did all that, and did all the chores yesterday, and I had basically a free day today. And you know what I did all day? I fucking slept. I fucking slept like a fucking baby. I went up at 9. I went back to bed at 11. I woke up at like 4. I was like, holy shit. You made those hours count. You got free. Day sleep is not that good for you. A lot of people think it's good for you, but it's actually not. Like napping and day sleeping is actually not very good. What you need to do is you need to have a fixed sleeping schedule. You go to bed at a certain time and you have to get up at a certain time. And then don't lay down again. And then your body gets used to it, and you are getting better also with your mental health. Your body needs a rigid sleep scheduling. I had a course about that, and I mean it's always different for everyone, I would say still. But for me personally, I stopped taking naps, and I really cracked down on that. It was already years ago. And since then, I had a very, very good sleep. My sleep hygiene, as you say here in Germany, sleep hygiene, we talk about sleep hygiene, has been nothing but very consistent, except on Saturday and Sunday. Except Friday and Saturday. But you can have 2 days where it's not pitch perfect, but I go to bed every day except Friday and Saturday at 8:30, lights out at 10:30, sometimes a little bit later, but it's almost always lights out at 10:30. Putting a podcast on, a horror podcast, podcast with horror stories, turn around, putting on my sleep mask, done. And I'm drifting off within minutes. And then my body wakes up at 7:30 every time, every fucking time. I don't even need a alarm clock. I don't even need one. I wake up at 7:30, ready to take on the day, and I am actually fit. I feel like I've slept. Fucking great. Can recommend. Rigid sleeping schedule is a good thing. If your favorite streamer is on, doesn't matter, go to bed. If you want to watch another episode of that anime, no you don't, go to bed. If you want to play around more with your friends on that video game, no, go to bed. Your health is much more important. Much more important. With that being said, I'm gonna pull us up to 9:22, where we see dead people, and I'm gonna start reading. Because that sleep lecture is something that you all didn't want to hear. I know that. I enjoyed hearing it. I just sleep when I'm exhausted. The rest of the time is work. I look like this IRL. I can't imagine Lacerto. Hey, Ionette, what's up? It takes a minute, but annoyed students begin spilling out of the plaza adjacent to the Jefferson building. The guards are among the first out. It's hard to miss them. With their black uniforms and their baseball caps, I strode right past them in the commotion. Ian and Todd are skulking just behind them. Holy God, did they leave that sound effect on repeat? Yes, they did. What's poppin'? Pimples. Pimples do be poppin'. I smell Lacerto. King Alpha, I can rename you in Discord again. Do you want to be the chicken tender King Alpha? No more name changes. All right. You probably do. I didn't shower yesterday after all that BS at work. Holy shit. Couldn't do that. If I sweat, I go shower and then go to bed. Even if I'm tired. Always shower. Always shower. I'm a scrubby little goblin. You sure sound like it. Hi, lizard bro. I smile to the camera. Would have waved at it if it weren't for the for my cohorts. They look ready to scamper if I as much as blink too loud. Look at these two edgy fuckers. Lacerto is the lizard, you're not. You two are crazy, you know that? What's even your plan? You have like 5 minutes. No need to get creative. We go in, confirm that's a lap, and get out. How big is it inside? Massive. That's what she said. That is what she said. Guys. Out of all things I forgot, I remember it had been a keypad. Kurt must have mentioned it at some point. Piece of shit. I mean, if you put it 4 times 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, you won't have a good time, Spencer. You are not a hacker. Definitely not. What's wrong? Door's locked. 1, 2, 3, 4. The most easiest code to break. Great. Let's get out of here. I don't even think it's the easiest code to break because nobody would reasonably assume at this point that you use it as a code. Patience, Ian. You don't think it would be... Figured I'd be able to get it open. And how come you can't? There's a keypad now. Forgot they had one installed. Are you done? Oh. Spencer, I have a favor. Shoot. Want to try a few more times? Really? I know a method to break a padlock. I do too. Use a wet towel. Stop it, Todd. Spencer, could you or could you not? Enough! Enough what? The guard will be back at any moment. Spencer obviously doesn't know how to get in. Why would he? Let's just go. Man, are you blind? What? Okay, look. By the way, that you can break a padlock with a wet towel is just for emergencies. You do not use that advice to break into anyone's shit, okay? Lockpicks, shims, two crescent wrenches, whack it with another padlock. If it's a master lock. Yeah, I just want to make that clear, okay? Not that anybody, like, clips this out of context. The Orco gives break-in advice on his channel. No, I don't. I don't. You do not use a wet towel. I mean, I didn't even describe how to use the wet towel to break the lock. But, like, you figure it out probably on your own once you have a wet towel. But, like, this is only for emergencies. Don't fucking do it, okay? In, you know, don't do it. Wet towel. Can I also use my piss? If you piss enough to get it reasonably wet, yes. I need to look up the wet towel method. I mean, I can tell you, I don't have an issue with that. So you make the towel wet, should I actually tell you that? This is like... No, I'm not... Look it up. I'm not telling it. I'm just not. Okay, look. Hey, Spencer, on a scale from 1 to 10, how possessed are you? Fuck's sake, Todd, he's not possessed. 1. Are you serious? He's a completely different person right now. You spoke to him once, you don't even know him. Oh, and you do? Tell me, Lovebird, do you no longer care about your boyfriend is a corpse? Or are we back to double guessing ourselves whether he's dead at all? Yeah, I've not told you about the wet towel method, Unit. You're thoroughly mistaken. Seems like he's alive. Only when you're feeling extra guilty about his death. Todd. What are you gonna do? Hit me? I still have your pictures of his corpse on my phone. Want me to whip them out so we could compare? Holy shit, shut up! Just stop! Look at this, look at his smug face, Eden. Coffee stains on 19th century print, unplaceable vigor, laughter napped flint. What? The secret and secrets don't need to be shared. It's an unwritten rule. Okay. That's him. That's fucking him right now. Show me anyone else who better fits that description. That rule was a secret. Ah! Not sure. Yeah, that rule was a secret. Oh, goddamn. You And you. Ram. Oh! Let's go. Ian. Hello, sir. Ian! Let's go! It's Fisher. I don't even know what's happening anymore in this visual novel. I'm so lost. I was wondering how long it'd take for you to show up. Same to you. Same to you. Got some good news for you, Fisher. You don't mind if I call you Fisher, do you? I'm done. Just like you said, remember? The murder. It's not any of my business. It's all yours. Aren't you glad? His pupils twitch left and right, as though he can't decide on which of my eyes he prefers to focus. I'm glad. Glad your head is still on your shoulder. Gave me some worry last time when you couldn't piece two words together. You were threatening to kill me. Worry my ass. Prefer not to, but keep running your mouth and I may rethink. You won't. Not today. Why not? Got a hunch. I have no clue what they are, Ionut. I'm just as lost as you. This Fisher is apparently a person that exists and looks like the main character, Spencer. We see him for the second time now, and I have no clue what's going on. You're just as lost as I am. Nostalgic. Wouldn't get used to it if I were you. Ran out of budget for art. I think the developer Cockhole did all the art himself or themselves. After a while, that hunch of yours goes away. What are you doing here? Sorry to change the subject, but do you want to field some questions while you're still around? I don't. What are you doing here? What's your story anyway? How come you look like my dad? Right. I see. You ran out of non-hurting wrist. Oh, hell no. You wanna sit down for this? He twists around, pretending to check behind each shoulder. Could have sworn there was a chair down here. Never mind. I'm your grandpa. Michael was my son. Satisfied? Not really. Wait, he's his grandpa? He looks exactly like him. He doesn't even look old. They look like fucking twins. It's not how genetics work. What in the flying asshole is this? They don't even look remotely different. It's like the same fucking model. Go ahead, ask your mother about it. Don't you think it's funny how she suddenly has money to send you to college? She won a scholarship in a raffle. to Harris. Yeah. And nowhere else. That's how raffles work. With your pathetic entrance exam. Only difference I see is that Spencer has scruffier cheeks. Fisher is more clean cut. Yeah, you're a bit right about that. Real scandal that they let me in. Why go through all the trouble? Sounds like a pain in the ass. A pain in the ass is what I'd gotten. You're almost as thick as your father, you ungrateful shit. Thick. Look at me. Does an old man need an excuse to reconnect with his only remaining family? Swear to God, don't know why I bother. Random question. Do you believe in fate? I don't. Why? Did you plan to come down here today? No. It just sorta happened. That's right. Keep that in mind. After you. Okay, we are going down into the bunker. You do raise a good point, I guess. About what? You and Todd and Ian. The guards, the cameras. Even if we make our... Even if we take me out of the equation, you gotta admit something's funny's going on. It's this place, right? Everything seems to revolve around it. Yeah, you're right, Lacerto. So, I don't know. The left one is Spencer. You can see it on the cheeks. They are a bit scruffier. And the right one is his grandfather, Spencer, who's more clean cut. Yeah, that's a detail I didn't really pick up on. So thank you, Lacerto. That's actually pretty good. So is his grandfather... Okay, could be his grandpa from way of how he speaks. Yeah. Got any ideas? None, I can say. Classified? That's not what's stopping me. I have an eye for physical deeds. You do indeed. You do indeed. What is? You know, you were much chattier when I thought I was about to die. Did it take you so little to get... Did it take so little to get you to back off? What's the point of taking me here if you're just going to keep silent? He might be planning on murdering you right then and there, Spencer, but you're too fucking thick to notice. It's gotten risky. What has? Risky for who? For both of us. What do you mean? Listen carefully. Look straight ahead, as if searching the darkness for the end of the tunnel. When you wake up tomorrow, think back on today. The things you've said, the things you've heard. If you're still capable of thought at all, that's all I'm going to say. And you and I don't get second chances. And personally, I don't want to die. What's with the framed articles? Ah! The articles! That takes me back. I forgot they're even there. It's how we used to talk to one another. We had a rotation every month. One of us would cut a story out of that day's headlines. Then, down here, we'd make sure that the last month's news checks out, hang our own article up, and leave. Makes sense? No, it doesn't make sense. Not at all. What the fuck is even going on? None at all. Thank you. Spencer finally at least says something that is very true. Well, why'd you stop? Good eye. Technology marches on, Spencer. They now have a room full of equipment that shoots lasers at quartz crystals for it. Don't need to expend any of us anymore. What the fuck is going on, game? Please give me answers. It gets just weirder. And not in a good kind of way. Like, this is just... Like, I like weird shit. I liked Echo. Echo was weird too. But at least Echo made sense in a way. This completely loses the plot right now. Just for the sake of being fucking obtuse as shit. You said you were going to give up on the David Johnson case. I did say that. Was that a lie? No, why? Your little friends are a thorn on my side. Yeah, they are. Sweetpool was weird, but was a good win. Sweetpool made as stupid as it sounds. Sweetpool made sense within its own rules that they set up. Sweetpool was really, really weird, but it made sense. It had its own rules. It followed, but it made sense. This doesn't follow any rules. Like, there's no parameters of the story that make sense. That's why it's so important to establish a few rules before you start writing. What is possible, what is not possible, and how you want to lead the reader towards the conclusion of your story. And this feels like this guy has written this on the fucking fly. I mean, that doesn't really need to be bad if you write on the fucking fly, but I think that script needed like 6 revisions. 6 to 10. I wouldn't worry about it. Without my help, they'd lose interest and give up. Is that so? I seem to think very little of them. Am I wrong? It took a few attempts to convince your friend, Andrew Parker, to throw in the towel. And the 2 paranormal club kids you came in with now were moments away from knowingly breaking into government property. They are earnest and resourceful. They wouldn't have been down here if it wasn't for me. I'll talk again to Ian Martin and this part. Unfortunately, there's only so much influence I can provision. I suggest you assist. Why should I? See, I don't buy it. Do you expect me to believe you're powerless to stop a bunch of college students? You killed a guy with your bare hands. And you're throwing threats around like it's nothing. What's stopping you from doing the same to anyone? Certainly had no issues with threatening me, Grandpa. He breathes in sharply, and for a moment I lose his silhouette. I want you to speak to Kurt Abrams. You have to convince him to give up on David Johnson. He's a danger to me, he's a danger to you, and he's likely a danger to half the damn city. Shut up. Kurt Abrams is special. He's a little parting gift from David Johnson to me. He won't lose interest if you don't help him. Certainly not if he sees it's only because your head is lodged up your ass. Speak to Kurt Abrams. Got it? No. I got nothing. I'm not his or anyone else's guardian. I can't tell anyone anything to do anything. And I wish everyone would just stop telling me what to do too. Fuck's sake, Spencer. Unbelievable. What could one have possibly done to raise such a little wimp? We are here. Huh? What? What? Where am I? Disorienting, isn't it? I don't care what you think or how you feel about it. As far as I'm concerned, you're responsible for getting Kurt Abrams to stop whatever he's doing. Do not fail. Hey, first try. I had to take mine 3 times, you know. You've really outdone yourself, Spencer. Good work. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I'm completely out of it. Like, what the shit? 922. Title card! Been a while. I'm shivering under my sweat-soaked blanket. My entire body's aching. I'm clueless as fuck. I think that's everyone, even the people who weren't here last week, too. I seem to enjoy the kind of games that make no sense and make it interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really enjoy this right now, being alpha. I'm just reading it because, yeah, it's what I do. And I'm not gonna slack on the voice acting because I don't have fun. But I'm not enjoying this at all. Because I think the story so far is pretty much very nonsensical. I mean, they can always change. with the grand reveal, and they tie it together nice and tidy in a knot at the end of it. But at the moment, it's fucking all over the place. I'm not having fun reading this. I'm gonna be honest. I've read worse. Believe me, I've read way worse than this. But I also read way better than this. This is thoroughly mediocre. My face is heavy with liquid and my mouth is more dry than the Sahara's asshole. Sahara has an asshole? Wouldn't be like... So, let's picture this for a moment. Like, if the Sahara had an asshole, wouldn't that asshole be like more something? No, that would be more the pussy. An oasis, like if the oasis is the pussy of the Sahara, what is the asshole of the Sahara then? The sentence doesn't make sense. I think I'll skip class today. I was doing so well keeping up with my classes too. Shit. Must be a beautiful day outside. There's like really parts of the visual novel that are really good. Like I like the car ride between where Ian and Spencer were talking with one another. It was also a little bit weird what they were talking about, but it gave Ian at least some character depth. But I didn't enjoy the dialogue between Spencer and Fisher right now, because it was just so nonsensical. It was like it led nowhere, to be honest. Must be a beautiful day outside. I let birdsong serenade me in and out of consciousness until I can't fall unconscious no more. I made it, barely, but I'm here. Awesome, welcome toilet. Yeah, picture Sahara as naked woman. Excuse me to be sick. The clock blinks 10:29. I take a leak. I puke my guts out. When I'm done retching, it's 11:01. The tap water is far too cold, so I opt with pouring what's ever left in my kettle into a glass. It tastes like lime scale and barf. It gets the job done. Blood is pumping in my ears. My eyes are stinging like crazy. I just barely managed to maintain enough focus to tell my internet friends I feel like shit. Only the Europeans are online to see it this early. They offer their fake online hugs and well wishes. I accept the platitudes nominally. I don't have the energy to do anything. If I go back to bed, I'll just get mad over being unable to fall asleep. I reach for my phone and click airplane mode off. Better get the day started. Kurt, he writes, have you seen this? Next to messages is an URL that takes up my entire screen. It ends with Rockland corpse body missing. No, not today. Not today, bro, not today. I begrudgingly return to the bathroom and wash my hands and face. The water is either freezing or scalding. I flinch in pain when I rub the towel against my face. I space out in front of the toaster. It takes so long for my nose to register the smoke. When I come back to, the bread is charcoal black. I take little bites of it as I scroll past image macros and half-hearted quips in discussion threads of forum games I've never participated in. If he set his phone to airplane mode, how the fuck is he still receive calls? Not at all. He did turn it into airplane mode, and once you turn off airplane mode, everything comes through at once. So he got it after. I mean, it still arrives, you just don't get notified, or it doesn't get pushed through. It's still there though, basically lingering in front of the barrier until you shut the barrier off. Messages can get through, calls don't. I mean, messages come to you, but calls not. And she got messages, not a call. I take little bites of it as I scroll past. Yeah, I've heard that. Around midday, I run out of things to do. I'm halfway down my toast. Spencer doesn't look so good. The nausea is not getting better. I feel like I got kicked in the stomach by a train. What are you supposed to do in this situation? I didn't pack a thermometer. All I have are valerian root pills that don't do shit. It takes a bit of scrolling down the email app, but after a while I find it. The map of the campus. We were sent shortly after orientation. There's a pharmacy just out of the northeast gate of the campus. It's a bit of a trek, but at this point I might be running out of options as to what to do. I'll buy some Dayquil, a thermometer, and vitamin pills. It should keep me out of the hospital with any luck. "1 p.m. I lie down until 1 p.m. At 1 p.m. I'll head out. I feel like... Oh, he actually managed to get out, right? The things you've said. The things you've heard. I've had these nightmares countless times before. I figured I'd gotten so used to them that my mind stopped showing them to me. All the latest crap must have jostled me into having them again. Could have sworn though. Could have sworn that they never were this clear. Trying to sift through what I remember is like pulling teeth when my face is full of snot. Really, valerian root doesn't do shit. Eat these hands, 200 milligram gummy. Ah. I can draw out even a single useful piece of information from the barrage of nonsense I saw while sleeping. The bomb shelter is undeniably important. I'll just have to avoid it. You see dead people. Orc, did you go off your meds again? Yeah. I don't take my schizo meds anymore. And I guess the Tylenol is also going down in my bloodstream. After 41 years. Nothing to do with me. Panda, how you doing? Oh, the Tylenol makes you extra special. Yeah, exactly. Kurt. Yes, Kurt. Nothing came out of putting off talking to Ian, and Kurt is even more of a wild card. My psycho meds are expensive, not gonna lie. I'm great, that's good to hear. I got into the creator program. You're on YouTube? Congrats! You deserve it. You've been at this shit for so long, man. I'm so happy for you. It's awesome. As Brainfisher put it, I must tell Kurt to stop with the murder stuff. I have a partner manager now and everything. It's fucking cool as hell, dude. Awesome. If I won't real Fisher will kill him or something. Why even stalling? Just tell him and be done with it. Where am I? And you wanna go to the pharmacy? Or... I think Spencer is completely losing it. Tylenol, no man. Lobotomy fix everything. Nah, lobotomy makes everything worse. Lobotomy's not good, dude. Rather Tylenol. Rather Tylenol. I can barely power through the dull pain behind my eyes to raise them so high up. Corner of Evans and all. I'm lost. Swallow a metaphorical bundle of needles. My ribcage groans with every pant. Lobotomy turns you in an airhead. Yeah. I don't want to be an airhead though. I have to sit down. So Panda, if you're still here, what does a partner manager then do for you if you have one? Is it like something where you're like, yeah, I got this issue, can you help me with this? Or what are they doing here actually on YouTube? Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. A small part of me is ashamed for never having explored the area. There are lovely parks all over the place. This one has a freaking gazebo. Airheads. King of not that kind of candy. Stupid twigs for everyone. Airhead twigs for everyone. I focus on the sound of leaves rustling on concrete. Keep myself from dry heaving. Any minute now, any second. No one can stay nauseous with an empty stomach for that long. It's Ian. He says, "You coming? I missed you yesterday. Everything alright?" Does he phrase it like that? Hey, he's your fucking boyfriend. Of course he's gonna phrase it like that, you cunt. What are you even talking about, Spencer? Holy shit, Spencer is such a cunt. And what is he talking about? We had classes all day together. That typing that I'm fine, but... check this out. Haribo's kinda bad for me. Chewing gummy bear sucks. Why does it suck though? It's the same URL Kurt sent me this morning. Hey Ian, sent. Just a little sick sent. By the way, have you pictures of my corpse? Can I see them? This is stupid. Send. He sent it! No! He says sorry. Another URL. Prefer candy canes. Oh, that's fine. Holy shit, it's the corpse! And it looks like him. So, who killed Spencer? Huh? Oh, you're at the gazebo where it happened. Huh? Oh, this game is sometimes really stretching it. Hey Ian, happy birthday. Got something. Figured out your car's rear view mirror needed some extra weight. In general, I like mint candies or mint gum because it feels fresh. Yeah, I can see that. That sounds delicious. Or that is delicious. Oh man, thanks. An omamori. Dude, that's so cool. That's the last time I've spoken to the birthday boy all evening. Does Ian know all these people? Can any single person know so many? Even the people who we share one class a week with are there. Not only students either. From the sound of things, the entire place is family owned. Ian's elderly father chats with a couple of our classmates next to the grill, and I got a tip for you, Ian. I'm not sure if you can do this, but here is a hack for summer. Get some water, whatever you prefer, tap water, mineral water, with CO2 in it, or just normal water. Put a little bit, not a lot. Put a little, or put it in a pitcher. Put a little bit of mint syrup in it and some fresh mint leaves, and truckloads of ice. And you got the best iced water you can ask for. Ian's elderly father chats with a couple of our classmates next to the grill, and I receive a portion of pumpkin pie from a large woman wearing a large cross on her chest. His mom. The two high schoolers who hang out in the back must be Ian's brothers. Flavors of uncles, aunts, and cousins likewise mingle into the crowd. This kind of sucks. Not in a major way, though. Nothing expected of me. Nothing needs to be done. I'm sitting on a plastic chair propped up with its back against one of the cabins, out of the way. I pass the time doing breathing exercises. My sinuses have cleared enough to get strung by the frigid air and to register the scent of pines and charcoal and turkey sausage. My phone is off, held limply between my knees. It's difficult to get mad at someone when it's their birthday. Ian never outright lied to me about having those photos. It just never came up. But now that it had come up, My mind is flooded with bullshit. That's me in that photo. Markedly not David Johnson. Who the fuck is David Johnson? I've been opening every rusty drawer and compartment in my brain, scattering the contents onto the floor of my skull. How did I know to ask about the photos? Do I simply figure it out on my own that they must exist? Thinking of the alternative makes my stomach threaten to bring up a second serving of barbecue and turkey and pumpkin pie. What the fuck's going on right now? Where is this visual novel going? What is going on? Help me. Spencer, you checking off in there? I'd better not be stepping in anything later on. My cabin doesn't have a shower, so I'm forced to use the one in Andrews and Kurt's. That sounds like Andrews and Kurt's. A pin pricks my heart at the thought. Unreasonable, but I'm jealous for here. Those two are friends or colleagues or something from a while back. I'm much upset that when I invited Kurt, he'd already been invited by Andrew. There are much better things to be upset about. What took you so long? Nothing, just jacking off. Not the best furry end, to be honest. No, it's not. Did you wash it off? They gave it a rinse. Fellas, please. I need to do their voices. On a rock, paper, scissors for who goes in next. You didn't actually, did you? I don't know. What else could I have possibly done that would have taken so long? Bencha. Actually, you might want to wait a few minutes either way. Bencha. Wesley, welcome! Hot water's all gone. So, what happened to you? What, this? He thumbs at the band-aid. And in a fight. At work. Customer had too much to drink. Oh. Does it hurt? A lot. Any more questions? Yeah. What's all this? There's a bunch of crap strewn on the little porch table. Binders, blueprints, and maps. This, David Johnson stuff, you wouldn't care. I've been doing alright, just been doodling characters. Yeah, take your mind off of everything. I know what's going on at the moment. I mean, I can actually do that. Give me a second. So Wesley is in a little bit of an unfortunate situation. I'm gonna link his Ko-Fi. If you want to help him out, check the Ko-Fi. I think the story on there says it all. And if you want to help him, you can drop him a little bit of cash if you have it. You don't have to, obviously. But Help him out if you can. Andrew's face flickers nervous for a split second. Kurt must have briefed him beforehand about all I know. Right. I'm gonna... Wait. No, I don't care. Do you? I never explicitly told Kurt I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes. I'm sorry if it came across that I didn't. Kurt takes a drag of his cigarette. The vapor gently escapes Andrew's nostrils, makes a mockery of Kurt's dramatic cloud of smoke. I apologize if I asked this before, Spencer. Do you know anything that we don't? We're really doing this, huh? I have to play PS4 on the floor. Yeah, that kind of fucking sucks, man. I understand that. I don't know. What do you know that I don't? Rockland, 5 persons were found dead in shocking accident on the site of the newly opened Harris College of Technology and Art. The dead? Dr. Abigail Swayer, 59, physicist and Harris staff. Oscar Lynch, 41, Massachusetts photographer. Roland Goodwin, 22, contractor. Herman Keckley, 24, contractor. An unidentified man in his 20s. Brought to questioning was Dean Cowell, 57, contractor, supervisor, and eyewitness on the basement floor of the often criticized Dr. Marcus Jefferson facility, where the tragedy took place. A pair of additional contractors unnamed were discovered incapacitated among the records. Medical examiner Alan Campbell ordered the 2 survivors transported to the nearby Glen Dieter Psychiatric Hospital. As preliminary examinations deemed the men clinically insane. Feels like I'm just about ready to go insane too. Turns out they know a lot. Turns out I know a lot. Ring any bells, Spencer? Andrew told us all this a month ago, didn't he? You remember it, right? During the run? Well, most of it is public knowledge. That last part, however, that's news to me. So we are a month after the public run in the game now. Okay, we have at least a time frame. And I think this is Ian's birthday party? And they are somewhere? I don't know. It's weird and I don't understand all of it, but at least we are placing things now. Oh. The cigarette smoke that followed Kurt indoors makes my eyes water. How How do I know all these details that Ian spat out at me a while ago? While I was asleep. I sure should hope I was asleep. Would be pretty fucked up if all that stuff happened for real. Hours go by. It's only 1:24 a.m., but it's almost entirely silent. Even Kurt is speaking in hushed tones. The two incandescent bulb lamps in the room just barely manage to illuminate their binders, their blueprints, their maps. They keep them stacked in two neat piles. One for things that they want to talk about and one for things they had been discussed. Where did they get all this material from? Andrew, he shouldn't be fine with any of this. Federal office were told of the proposal during a visit. Former Rockland County Mayor Willie Dollhouse. The college will lease the $5 million facility from the county after it built on Harris ground. The fallout shelter proposal is also backed by Representative Donald J. Rice. And you aren't even paying fucking attention, are you? Huh? What? Spencer being the fucking nerd that he is? Me and Andrew already know all this stuff. You are the one who wanted to go over this. It's perfectly acceptable if you want to retire for the evening, Spencer. We went over a lot of information tonight. What? No! Even if you pay attention, it doesn't make sense at all. I mean, they are talking about this underground bunker and whatever is going on in there. So yeah. No, let's keep going. It's just... I sniff. God, my head is pounding. How is any of this relevant? What do you mean? Why are we even talking about the Jefferson building? This David Johnson guy, he got killed in a park, didn't he? Are you serious? No, he's right. It's a legitimate question. It's me. You killed David Johnson? No. Ovo. Do you remember the day of the murder, Spencer? It was no coincidence that I thought you out so fast. Sure shit wasn't. Let him talk. My apologies that I failed to get it across until now. I had been ordered to fetch you by Professor Reed. Just another order in a string of equally incomprehensible orders, dating all the way back to February of last year. That was when I was the first told to monitor the fallout shelter door. Every day since then, I would be checked on. Receive updates on my orders, that manner of thing. Andrew reaches over to scratch the back of his neck. And all thieves immediately once the murder took place. I remember asking Professor Reed about what to do next. All he could say was to wait and see. What? And you don't find that fucking weird, Andrew? Go on. That's all there is to it, I'm afraid. Sounds irrelevant. How is this irrelevant? Are you fucking stupid, Spencer? Oh, don't play stupid, will ya? Is. Is. The shelter is important to someone and that someone killed David. That's a leap. I saw him. Sorry, I didn't mean to say. Toilet, it was the perfect message. Are you fucking stupid, Spencer? And the next message is. I'm like, yeah, he is stupid. And thank you for the hearts. I see them. Andrew is like, nothing is either an idiot or try to be nonchalant. You saw the killer. I thought David. I watched him rather, though, through the monitor. I've done so since before orientation. David would come through the door and later the same day he would go back in. Uwu! He would do this every day. I don't know under what circumstances a freshman would have the means to enter someplace so heavily secured. Or for that matter, why no one had done anything to prevent it. But there you go. Now you know. So, David went every day through the fucking bomb shelter. What the fuck's going on? My brain's gonna leak out of my goddamn ears. Finally, Spencer says something that I can fucking relate to. So I'm not this dead guy? What the fuck would Andrew lie about this? Here's something. Kurt tucks on the cut in his ear for a moment before turning a page in one of those plastic binders with transparent backs. Invoices for security service. First one is from February 1972. Andrew's eyes study me for a moment longer. What he's expecting after telling me this? A thank you note? I hate Spencer. I can't just with this asshole. How about the most recent one? The binder softly clacks when it lands on the table. And do they get it on? They already got it on. They were like at a naked marathon, all together swinging their meat around. We didn't see any meat swinging, but it happened. And there was also no sex. But all of the men ran a marathon through the rain naked and swang their meat around. That's not what he means, bro. The binder softly clacks when it lands on the table. Hot, I hate I missed it. I think it's in the first stream. You can always go back and rewatch it. Diddy party, yeah. Kurt, December 2008. I suppose it does make sense. The time frame coincides with when security stopped throwing up. Oh god, lol. Look at all this garbage. These two must have been at it for weeks. Kurt's certainly been busy. God knows what sort of hell he must have gone through to get Andrew to help. And such a fucking dumbass. Kurt straight up asked me to help him all the way back then. It could have been me poring over all these documents. Could have known way ahead of time about everything. about how these documents are ultimately about me. Maybe it was a gangbang. Maybe one of the guys dropped soap intentionally. You'll never know. You'll never know. That might be very well true. We don't find out in the visual novel, but it could have happened in the background. A little spit roasting going on in the showers, you know? One from the front, one from the back. Pat, what's up? These have names. It's Andrew's turn with the binder. Pat cranes his neck down to squint at what he's pointing at. Please write this down. Pat fishes out and lifts up a pad of paper from his backpack. Is your phone still missing? Yeah. Listen, I looked everywhere. I know. February 1972 through September 1973, Donna Booth. October 1973 through September 1976, Joanne Lover. He leaps forward while Kurt is writing. October 1976 through November 1976, Nelson Fisher. There we go. There is Mr. Fisher. Is everything alright, Spencer? Everything's just great. So this Nelson Fisher guy was at the bunker as a security guard. Seemingly. That's from what I've gathered. Good morning. Huh? It's a pleasure to see you up so early for once. Oh. Morning. I didn't sleep. My apologies. It's that insomnia of yours, isn't it? Is there anything I could help do to... Is there anything I could do to help? Pick up another stone and toss it in the water. Nah. Is there something on your mind? Why are you here? Spying on you, of course. Look at that dick outlighted that fucking pant, dude. Andrew is fucking packing. Heh, sorry. Bad joke. It's schedule allows that I enjoy jogging in the morning. It's good for the head, you know? Gives you time to focus on the forthcoming day. That's... I guess you won't leave me alone. I meant in general, like, what are you doing here? I've been invited by Ian? Is the dirt that Kurt got on you worth it? Pardon? Worth what? What is Spencer doing right now? I don't understand Spencer. Like, I just don't. Is Spencer paranoid? Getting murdered, probably. Wind carries someone's enthusiastic good morning back from the cabins. People are starting to wake up. Spencer do Spencer things. Yes, that he does indeed. Well, ultimately, I simply don't believe it would come to that. Really. It makes you so confident. Andrew bends down and picks up a rock. Is that what you're afraid of, Spencer? Sure as shit is. Aren't you? That's reasonable. Orco doing Orco things, yeah. Always. Always. I'm doing the orkiest things you can do. That's reasonable. I see. See what? His body twists like a coil. He pauses and then launches a stone. I suppose now's a good time to explore this. How should I go about it? It doesn't reflect well on me, unfortunately, but I have been wondering. I've mentioned this before, hadn't I? How David looked exactly like you? So much in fact that until the day of the murder, we were convinced that it was you who was showing up on our monitors. You aren't a fool. You had to have realized this. You came to me seeking out answers, raised your voice on me. Kurt tells me you helped out a bit during our stunt at the Freeman run, but then nothing. You couldn't have lost interest, and I don't believe you to be a coward. You don't seem to type. I wish to ask, if I may, under what pretense could you have allowed to distance yourself from the case? Not all of us can be big, strong heroes like you, Mr. Park Council member. Especially not heroes who trick themselves into thinking everything's gonna be fine. I have a proposition. May I ask you to humor me in something? Yeah? I believe your words were that Kurt is blackmailing me. Care to join me a bit of a hike? It wouldn't take too long, and I believe you'd be interested in what I have to show. Andrew do cat things. I don't know. He used a litter. Can't cat. I don't know either. We don't get a... No, they use normal toilets, actually. We know that because we saw them. Not we saw them using the toilet, but we saw them... the toilets. Everything gonna be fine. Like... Dang, trust me, bro. We walked for well over an hour. Andrew must know that it takes a while because he matches my pace. Just enough to disallow me from hanging back while he leads the way. Now that I'd played into whatever scheme he concocted, his manner of speech reverts back to a carpet salesman. His hand gesturing hypnotizes me into answering his banal questions about a parakeet I briefly owned when I was 8. The gravel road eventually turns into an asphalt road, and that joins a 2-lane state road, flanked by rows of trees. Here, Andrew insists I walk behind him so that we won't get hit by 2 cars that drive by. Save our footsteps in silence, uncomfortable when just moments ago we were locked in conversation. We turn back onto gravel and discomfort becomes unease. This is a graveyard. This is where you find your last rest. And Andrew pulls out the gun and shoots Spencer. Visual novel over. That would be an ending. We are here. We are where? Sugar Hill Cemetery. But more precisely, please take a look. This is David's grave, isn't it? Do you recognize whose grave this is, Spencer? Lucas Joseph Martin. Beloved son, brother, and friend. Or is it Ian's brother? Ian's brother, yeah, it's Ian's brother, okay. We know Ian's brother died in a car accident that Ian did. It's one of the more, so far, sense-making plot lines. Ian wasn't happy that you left out the part when you told me about his accident. Cannot imagine he would be. Unpleasant it must have been. He had to have been the one to tell you. It's his brother. I'm just a friend. Okay, I'll bite. You feel bad for Ian having lost his brother. So you got out hunting a literal killer. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that the reason you're helping Kurt out? Well, you have the right idea, but some details need work. I've known Lucas all my life. We've been best friends. Best friends, if you'd forgive such a presumption. On my part, Lucas was the only person who would speak to me from junior high until he died. Andrew brushes the sand off the grave with the white side of his palm as he talks. It flies off in swirls of white smoke. I would like to share something with you. Please forgive me if you find it a bit long or a bit personal. Additionally, if you could, please don't tell Ian I brought that up here. This town, Rockland, is a statistical outlier. I imagine you must have read online there's reason tuition out here is so low. The county works day and night to brighten its image, but ultimately, it is what it is. Property gets damaged, people get hurt, and there's no explanation for any of it. No one is caught, no one is fined, no one sits behind bars. It's been going on for longer than both of us have been alive. Locals tend to think the authorities are corrupt, but that's wrong. I've been witness to proceedings. There's an entire department devoted to it. Efforts are being made. So you're saying that Ian wrecking his car wasn't an accident? No, I'm getting to that. It was. Ian. People handle grief in interesting ways, I found. When I woke up, his mother repeated to us that the doctor said that despite the length of the coma, Ian didn't lose any cognitive function. I admit this might be because I was not overly close to him at the time, but to me, since then, it seems that he never has quite been himself. All the supernatural stuff, all the trinkets he hangs up in his car, these weren't an interest of his beforehand. Even Jesus didn't interest him. He must have taken notice how devout the rest of his family is. My cabin has 3 Mother Marys in it. Part of why I couldn't sleep. Go on. Ian's obsession isn't unique. Over the years, many people have been harmed without explanation or retribution. And everyone has their own theories. Ghosts, the devil, the mafia, the government, you name it. This community has been living in ever-present fear for decades. Some people for their entire life. So, I know what they are doing here. I'm slowly catching on. Took me a little bit. About 7 hours, I think. 7.5 hours. But I feel like this tries to be Echo. But really doesn't pull it off quite that well. Yeah, this one's kind of a dud. I don't know, man. I wish it was different. To answer your questions, no, I don't believe Lucas' death had anything to do with it. It is, however, a prime example of what living here does to folks' minds. Wow. Yeah, I've been a bit harsh on this one, not gonna lie, but I've said it earlier. I'm not really enjoying it so far, so it's not for me. But people need to make their own opinions and obviously read it themselves again without me influencing them. I'm just putting that out there. It's the game is yeah, not for me, I guess. If they don't pull out like a miracle out of their head, I don't think it's gonna be for me. Now, Spencer, I want you to put yourself in my shoes. One day, someone who may very well be the culprit behind all of the decades-long misery shows up on your doorstep. Then boss you around like threats. But your friends, they are questionably and unapologetically a bad guy. How would you react? How would you honestly turn a blind eye? I would. It's that though. It is. It is. What's your game plan, hotshot? Gonna file a report with the police? Oh, well, yes, exactly that. I collaborate with the county sheriff office. Or rather, I will once I'm ready anyway. Really, what's stopping you from doing it now? You don't know who it is, don't you? I know you do. Fisher, the countyman representative guy. Andrew scratches the top of his lip with his teeth. Yes. Yes, it's most likely Mr. Fisher. So much points to him. Then he provided evidence that he was in his office at the time 10 miles away. Eyewitnesses, security footage, and even parking receipt. The sheriff's office are just about ready to abandon his threat. But it's a stretch, and we are all convinced it was you rather than David on our cameras as well. That is the only thing we currently have. I see. Nothing's ever easy. Here's the deal, Andrew. Remember when Reed brought Fisher in so that he and I could have a little one-on-one? Fisher made it clear. He knows about me, he knows about you, he knows about Kurt. He told me to stop or else. I imagine he said the same thing to you too. He and I had a similar chat, yes. Do you think he's just messing around? No. Then why the hell are you doing this? Panther, I just bared my chest in front of you for 10 minutes. What else do you want me to say? What are you doing? What that you're... Wait. Christ. I can't fucking read today, I'm so sorry. What? That you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart for the sake of the townspeople? Fuck off. Okay, that's quite enough. What's gotten into you? What's gotten into me? Listen to yourself! You're saying your dead friend is why you don't mind getting yourself killed. What a bunch of self-serving bullshit. You think you're noble or selfless or some shit. Lucas' death affected you. You said it yourself. It clearly affected Ian too, and God knows how many other people as well. And yet there you are. And then there you go, all but leaping in front of a bullet. Does that sound right to you? Do you not have family? Do you not have any friends? People like you piss me off so much, Andrew. Why do you have to get involved? 922. Idle cards. Fuck's sake. Every damn time. Every damn day with this. Just like before the murder. Wake up from some shitty nightmare that is exactly the exactly same fucking time. I hate this so much. I thought I was done with it, but no. 3 hours. That's all the sleep I got tonight. I spent 15 minutes in the shower. The water turns to ice after 5 minutes. But I don't have the neurons spare to care. No use lingering on it. Sleepless nights happened before and sleepless nights will happen again. Just gotta cope until my brain has had enough. For now, I force myself to pace in front of the kettle, lest I nod off and yell at Andrew some more. Coffee's ready. Toast is buttered. Oh god, I could use a... You know what? A cup of coffee would be fucking amazing now. I'd fucking kill for a fucking... I could go for a coffee right now, yeah. Coffee would be fucking amazing now. I think I'm gonna make myself a coffee real quick. Do I? Yeah, I do. I do. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I need a fucking coffee. Bark. I'm Bark. I was not on the shitter. I will not have these allegations in my chat. I was making coffee. And when I make coffee, it takes a little bit longer because I actually have to manually grind the fucking beans. I mean, I don't have, but I want to. Read the Google Doc too late. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna be cancelled on Twitter. Okay, Flar. Okay, boys, you know what to do? If there is a Google Doc dropping on me, we gotta fight it. We gotta fight back. No Google Docs on me in this bitch. Purge the Discord. No. Not the Discord kittens. Please, no. Gotta beat the allegations. Yeah, I never beat the allegations. I smacked myself a couple of times across the face. Sounds something like I do. This again. Pull yourself together, Spencer. We got shit that needs to be done. I prefer using a hand grinder too. Got a Japanese one, fully ceramic. I got one that is stainless steel from Germany. No plastics. So that's at least something. Thank you, Wesley. Needs to fucking chill. I need to fucking chill too. After a couple of false starts, 3 cups of coffee, a bowl of noodles, in 4 hours arguing online about the PS3. Jesus Christ, he's a fucking console warrior. Oh no, no wonder Spencer's a fucking piece of shit. He's probably like, nah, the PS3 is so much better than the 360. I see what you did, hello. No, he's an old tray for life on the neck. He's a Sony sister, but it's understandable. My coursework is done. This is fucking great. And 4 hours arguing online about the PS3, my coursework is done. Was his course Console Warriors? Console Wars. Flame Wars on the net. I hit send on the email, closed the laptop, and squinted the rest of my room. It's 6 p.m. Gets dark so early these days. Never would have thought I'd see a Tray for Life reference in 2025. Yeah. My muscles feel like I forgot them in the washing machine overnight. What? What analogy is this even? I know he's like feeling limp, but just write that. I forgot my... Nobody says it like this. I use a Keurig. You use a what is a Keurig? Let's take a walk, shall we? I heard it's good for the head. Coffee grinder or machine. Oh, okay. Okay. I walk and I walk and I walk. I walk through narrow streets packed to the brim with parked cars. And I walk into every tiny park or square run or square I run into. Every neighborhood is illuminated by its own unique set of street lamps. So the cool thing about my grinder, it's a hand grinder. When it comes to coffee, you just pour the beans in up top and grind. And they have like these little glass jars at the bottom where the coffee falls in. And you can pretty much make exactly 3. It came with like 2 of these glass jars. And you can make exactly 3 big cups of coffee with each glass jar, which is kind of cool. So you grind in advance. I didn't grind in advance, and close the glass jar so it doesn't lose the taste. They have these little things that you can put on top, and it's sealed. The lids. And you can then use them, and you can get like 6 cups of coffee out of it. You can't even take the powder with you in these little glass jars. It's super, super practical. I love that thing to death because I can just take my fucking powder to work and use it there too. Keurig is a coffee maker where you just stick a small cup with coffee inside it, and it makes it for you in seconds. Nice. I suppose something wild happened a while ago for a while. Don't let the canines find your powder. It's not fucking cocaine, it's just vanilla flavored coffee, okay? Not illegal. But now I'm gonna... Oh, it smells so delicious. It is just simply the best. And the absolute best thing is when you have a piece of chocolate to go down with it. I walk through narrow streets packed to the brim with parked cars, and I walk into every tiny park or square I run into. Every neighborhood is illuminated by its own unique set of streetlights. I lose myself in thought until I exhaust my ability to think. Spencer, I'm sorry for telling you that, but you never had that ability to begin with. An hour turns into 2, and 2 turn into 4. Say that to judge in court, Orco. Catch you in 4K. Okay. Alright, bro. My feet are in pain. My head is empty. At long last, I feel fine. I planned to visit the 7-Eleven from before I headed out, but ultimately, it's hunger that brings me here. I'm not too early, am I? 10:27. Would suck to walk in on Ian getting yelled at by his manager or something like that. Should probably fuck Ian behind the counter. Maybe then your head gets a little bit clearer, my bro. Who knows? Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. Walk in, make no eye contact with whoever manages the register. Don't pick up a basket, immediately turn right. Whose aisle would be on the left. Pretend to be looking for something. Don't get fancy with it though. A PBR would just do fine. Back of the store. Grab Kleenex, grab bread, good vantage point. To the front of the store from back there. If Ian's alone, proceed as normal. If he isn't, say hello, pay for your shit, and get out. Got it? Here goes. Ah! Fucking! Hi. How's it going? Everything alright? Yeah, I'm good. Just give me a minute. Why she walk so fast? Happy birthday! Got you something. Figured out your car's rear view mirror could use some extra weight. His eyes light up. He takes the package out of my hand and begins tearing the wrapper open with his claw. What the fuck's even going on right now? I thought we were on Ian's birthday. What? Oh man, thanks. He flips it around and unfolds the little paper that came with it. Is he reading it? Of course. He can read Japanese. An omamori! Dude, that's so cool! Sorry. I couldn't make it to your birthday barbecue thing. You were fucking what? You were fucking there, dude. You were in the cat. What? I don't understand this visual novel. I don't. I'm done. Like, I'm not questioning it anymore. Some say where's a hole is a goal. Yeah, absolutely. Spencer have amnesia or what? No, he was like that. I don't know. You're not. I legit. I'm completely not sure what's going on right now. Orc about to rage quit like it's Street Fighter 4 ranked. Yeah, maybe. Like there's a 20% chance at this point I'm doing that. Sorry, I couldn't make it to your birthday barbecue thing. The BI coursework really beat the shit out of me. The BI coursework, beat the shit out. Did you getting it up the ass again, Spence? Ian tears his eyes away from the charm and shoves it into his raincoat pocket. No worries, I get it. Nani? Can be a lot. Ian straightens up and turns his head a couple of times. I think I hear his shoulder pop. Phew! What's up? You know what's up now, don't you? My physician said I should be taking it easy for at least a couple of more weeks. Oh, sorry. So, you're heading into work? What? I'm kinda hungry and I wouldn't mind getting a bit of rest as well. Actually, weren't you in a hurry? To work? Yeah, but, no. Not to work. You were following me again? I might have been following you again. Look, I'm sorry. I went to your dorm and you weren't there, so I found your RA, who's really cute, by the way. And could you believe that? She apparently has no idea who you are. The writing in this read maybe was made me blind or autistic, I can't tell. Wait, so he has a roommate and she doesn't know who he is? Also, why is it a she? Huh? Don't men and women get like dormitories that are like I just no, I can't ask questions anymore. I need more coffee. She apparently has no idea who you are. And you never ever go to the library or anything, so I figured you must have went out to get some of that awful garbage that you love to eat. But everything's already closed on Sunday, so here we are. I'm not stalking you. No, Ian, not at all. This is weird behavior. How long have you been following me? 5 minutes tops. And how do you know where I live? I asked Andrew. Andrew is a fucking data privacy nightmare. 107 minus 7 is 93. 93 minus 8 is 85. 85 minus 9 is 76. Lian? I said I'm sorry. This had better not be another bullshit dream. Hear me out here. We don't really speak an entire week, then you don't show up for my birthday. You said we were cool after all that stuff I've done, but maybe I'm overthinking it, but I worry about that sort of thing, you know? I bite down on my tongue between my fangs. God damn. What's he acting all rejected for? He's your fucking boyfriend. You told him so, you cunt. If you don't message your boyfriend for like a week, that's maybe a bit of an issue. It's been a couple of days at most. Nah, dude. Don't worry about it, it's cool. I feel like most of the people that write these VNs never actually talk to it. Unless you make a habit out of stalking me, I guess. Know what? Let's go in, we'll clock you in and watch some shitty anime. How does that sound? Nailed it, 100. Oh, that's right, you're 21 now. Come on, I'll buy you some honest to God legal booze. My mom is so right. Well, fine, but... Could you do that without me? Now what? I kinda told him I was sick. Why are you standing in front of the store then, you asshole? Who wrote this shit? We end up in what Ian calls his secret hangout spot. His car parked overhead on the roadside shoulder. We had to hop a fence and stumble through some bushes to climb down here. It's noisy and gusty. The wind is howling under one of the folding chairs we took down here. Chills my ass right through my pants. On the way, Ian excitedly gave me a primer on his spot. Kinda shitty and kind of out of the way, so not even the homeless come here. An island of tranquility in an otherwise hectic town. You're fucking sitting on the highway! Are you fucking kidding me? At least the picture looks like you do. We're a few minutes into episode 2 of Toradora. What the fuck is a Toradora? Now I'm falling asleep. It's cold and dark and I'm tired and Ian needs to be reminded to turn his phone towards me so I could watch as well. It's a pretty good anime. He called it shitty earlier. We watched some shitty anime. So we know Spencer is lying. My hands are in my armpits. For spent 0 days. My hands are in my armpits and our shoulders are touching. I huddle closer to him and hope he doesn't get the wrong idea. The wronger idea. Ah! Ah! He is your boyfriend. What is the fucking wrong idea he could get? If you huddle closer to him, then say no! Communicate like a fucking adult! You asshole! Not really a thing, huh? Wouldn't that be cheating? Why would it be cheating? They are both together. This VN is all over the place. All over the place. This shit reads like a trying to figure out dating. It's crashing out. I can't with this shit. Like, just tell this. If he initiates sex, just say no. I am not in the mood. And then leave it at that. What is the fucking problem? Like, ah! If I read another line like this, I'm gonna fucking lose it. What? Oh, shit. No, sorry, it's... hadn't much sleep last night is all. Yeah, I can tell. This is the 3rd time you're telling me that. You sure you don't want me to drive you home, Spence? Really, I'm serious, no hard feelings. No. I shut my eyes hard enough to see the stars when I blinked them back open. No way. I just lay in bed alone and feel sorry for myself until my brain gets bored of the world spinning at 4 AM or whatever. So sick of it, you have no idea. There isn't an enemy bad enough to even come close. Oh, jeez. Also, you say that, but maybe some other day, Ian. Please. I detach myself from him. The spot where our arms touched immediately turns to ice. Actually, I sniff a bit too loud. Let's take a break for a minute. My mind is fucking pea soup right now. Just talk to me. How's it going with you? Your party been alright? Oh. Alright. It was great. West Brady, was it? Yeah. My dad and my uncle own a resort over there. Well, they own the resort. West Brady isn't a very big place. It's a shame you couldn't make it, by the way. I think you would have liked it. He was there! He just... Yeah? Yeah. It was pretty low-key, no loud music or anything. We just ate and talked and went to sleep. And in the morning, there's a lake right next to it. Lake Ackley. To the east of the cabins. At this time of the year, we get up early enough, we can watch a real beautiful sunrise. Did you? Did I what? Watch it this year? Nah. My mom makes arrangements so that we can stay there every year for all our birthdays. Don't let her know I said this, because usually all the cabins are fully booked. And I must be a pain for her to get it all done, but I'm kinda sick of it by now. Cabins, huh? Yeah, it's imagine a Boy Scout summer camp type of thing. Does that make sense? Log cabins, fireplaces, dirt paths in between, except much more Jesus-y. My mom kinda into that. I pick up my can of PBR from the asphalt. There's still some left on the bottom. Jesus, pretty bad. My cabin this year had 3 Mother Marys in it. Pretty sure there were only 2 last year. Yeah, you're right. That is pretty bad. I shut my eyes for another couple of seconds. It takes effort to open them back up. Okay, what about... How was the party? Do anything special? Not really. Oh, birthday parties in my family are all exactly the same. Oh. Well, that's a little sad. Oh no, it's not like that at all. I like it that way. It gets kinda samey with a bunch of birthdays a year, but it's not bad in a way, I guess. Like, it's comforting, you know? And my mom always makes my favorite pie. Not really. It just cut my hand. It makes me a blood all over the face. Off this really old wood. Jesus, that. Oh, yeah. Probably. It sounds like it. It sure sounds like it. They still have coffee. This is my last sip of coffee that I have. So I hope I don't crash out again. That is because if I have another crash out, I need to make more coffee. Yeah. Pumpkin? Yep. How do you know? This seemed like a pumpkin kind of guy. Say, did you invite Andrew? One sip away from crash out, you can do it, Spencer. Let's fucking go! Yeah, he comes every year. Why? Is there a cemetery nearby? Huh? Yeah? Have you been there before? Let's see. Dora is about a high schooler that everyone hates because his face looks funny. One day a female classmate assaults him for no reason. Then instead of calling the police or something, everyone just ignores it. The rationale is it can be helped. She's just like that. Late at night, she breaks into his apartment and tries to straight up kill him. In response, he promises to her to be her slave until the day he dies. Ian's animes are pretty similar to one another. But that was new information, wasn't it? What the fuck am I reading? I sure as shit have never watched this show before. What are the chances that my subconscious came up with all that? Did I lose consciousness for a moment there? Then again, better play it safe. Let's assume I'm awake. That's a completely wild reading of Dora, also wrong. I feel like it's what they are going for. I feel like that Spencer is supposed to be a very unreliable narrator, but I don't think it's quite pulled off well. Because it's like, we know he has insomnia, and we know he probably hallucinates a lot of things. That's why I'm so... I don't know, like, I think there is no real guideline here what's going on. If I'm dreaming, then do you know if Andrew is any good at skipping stones? Oh, he's actually pretty good at it. There's a small pond right next to where he lives, where he and my brother used to hang out. My brother had been incredible at it, but Andrew is definitely a close second. Why do you ask? Alright, Brian, I figured it out. Time to wake up. Nothing? This usually works. Spencer? There's no way this isn't a dream. It's either that or I done lost it. There's a way to write that. See James Sunderland, someone with selective memory loss and being unreliable as a source of information for the player. That works. This ain't it. Yeah, this ain't it. Have I been to Ian's party or have I not? What else did I do that totally didn't happen but actually secretly did? I might have to freak out. You alright? Ian? Yeah? I sharply pull air in, then I slowly breathe out. Pull your engines, Spencer. This could be real. You don't know it. It isn't real. We are going to assume everything's cool and dandy and normal and fine. You're going to open your mouth and you're going to be tactful. Like a detective. Law and Order. CSI. Do you think I'm a good kisser? Pathetically speaking, I mean. You... Spencer! What the hell? You can't ask me that. But you can imagine it, right? No! Really? Yes! At all? At all! You never thought about it? No. I thought you were So they are not boyfriends after all. I guess. Or he imagined it, or what? I lose completely the grasp of reality. Well. No. Nice. Fantastic. We're good. Wake up. Jesus has a firm grip of Ian's asshole. Please? I mean, they kissed earlier in school. They even showed it. And this is what this is something how I would approach something like this. You can actually use the medium of a visual novel to play with this kind of thing. You can, for example, show things that are real and only show things that are real, but like write it completely differently. You could play with the medium so well, but or you show all the things that are false. And everything the guy says is true. It like, there's ways you could do that, but I feel like this is not how you do it. Man, what is wrong with you? I can't freaking... Wanna hear something cool? You're going to love this. Gonna be absolutely ecstatic, I think. Ian looks like he's about to shank a bitch. The contents of my lungs escape into the night as a big cloud of steam. I think something's going on. What is it? I think I'm a poltergeist that was created in a lab accident in the Jeffers building in 1971. I don't know what Todd told you, but it was you. What? You were the one who told me. I was there when you and Todd were reading the article about a corpse. How my corpse is missing. No. What? How do you... No, you weren't. Newspaper. One of those that you get out of an old-timey newspaper stand. It was pink. Whoop, time to change approach. Pinky promise I won't kill you. No, that was probably not the right thing to say. Please don't run away. I'm holding your lawn chairs hostage. Who am I speaking to? Huh? Spencer Swain? College student, 22, single, I think. What year is it? It's 1:06 a.m. Monday now, 18th of October, 2010. How long have you known me for? 1:33 a.m. Tuesday, September 21st, 2010. Excuse me? Sorry, that's roughly 2 weeks after orientation. In the 7-Eleven, remember? It was the day after the murder. Ian deflates. His shoulders are tied around his neck and he's shivering again. Crisis averted, I think. I think the crisis just, got like a lot bigger. Then we think. No? No? That's wrong. We met at orientation. Did we? Oh yeah, I guess we did, didn't we? That's how I knew your name. Yeah. So what'll it be, Doc? I thought I was dreaming when you and Todd were telling me about, you know, my dead body. Pretty sure I'm dreaming right now as well, but maybe not. It's getting harder to tell. Dreaming, huh? His hand shifts in the coat pocket he stashed the omamori into. Ben says 0 room reading skills. Ian started shaking and slumped his shoulders. He must be happy. I mean, at this point, I'm expecting basically nothing from Spencer. He's just, I think, the worst furry protagonist I've seen so far. Like, they were all pretty, they had all their kinks and quirks, but he's probably the worst one. Like, I have 0 expectations at this point of the protagonist of this visual novel. I hate to break it to you, Spencer. You are dead. Figured you'd say that. I can prove it. You can? No way around it. If you've started dreaming, then is he worse than Ioba? Yeah, he's worse than Ioba. It took me a while to realize it myself, but part of me hoped you'd figure it out on your own. Yay! It's so obvious. But he's just that. You don't really speak to anyone unless spoken to. And I don't blame you, alright? It's hard to be dead, I think. And you do even bring something like this up? What's up? We spoke for 2 hours at orientation. Oh. Yeah, Spence is way worse than Aoba. Sorry? I guess I forgot I hadn't been sleeping well for a long time. I mean, if we trust Ian over here who says you're fucking dead, then you've been in the forever sleep for a good while now, mister. Aoba can at least read the room. No, he couldn't either. But Aoba at least had his charms. He was a likable idiot. What? You really don't remember it, huh? We hung out between every period the day after. And the day after that too, we've been hanging out daily for a couple of weeks. Until you died, that is. I was with you the day before you died. My jaw pops. Are you shitting me? Oh, check your call history, Spencer. And it's not just that. Just ask literally anyone else. We've been friends since day one. So he's dead. Am I dead? I think I might be dead. Or stuck in a nightmare I can't wake up from. Or possibly have gone flat out insane. Hey Spencer, been a while. Is that an Omamori? Dude, that's so cool. You know, at least tried and seemingly was present. Spencer is the embodiment of a teenager's idea of a tortured protagonist. Calling him a protagonist is generous, though. But if he's fucking dead, then even his acting wouldn't make sense. Maybe he's just a ghostly apparition people just like to talk to because he's like running through town. The next day, the charm is back in my drawer and my homework is nowhere to be seen. When I sit down to rewrite it, I know the answers to all the questions. Later, when I meet Ian, I hand him the charm again. He takes a look over it and thanks me for it. It plays out exactly the same way. Is he stuck in Groundhog Day now? Is everything in order, Spencer? Is everything in order, Spencer? This is the third day this week that a professor reported you had not handed in your coursework. Don't give me that faith. As your tutor and friend, it's within my interest to make sure that your academic record is clean. He's got a tray for life ghost. The worst kind of apparition. I'd call an exorcist immediately. Days go by. They're completely normal. If not for Ian getting increasingly more surprised to see me each morning. I give him the charm. He thanks me for it. Back in my drawer the next day. Why has he... Oh god, I don't want to see that. Spencer, put your pants back on, you fucking sick fuck. Let's consider death. The Iron Hypothesis. I'd died and got transmorgified into a Halloween decoration. On September 20th, 2 weeks after freshman orientation, Fisher choked me to death and I became this other thing. This other thing, for all intents and purposes, is just the same as the old, alive me minus some memories. After that, a bunch of bullshit happens. And I just happen to run into Fisher. And he kills me a second time. For the sake of argument, let's go with that. But then why did only the second time count? I was good for a while there, wasn't I? It was the day right after, remember? Woke up pristine. Haven't slept better in years. The summary so far. Bunch of bullshit happens. Ian's birthday gift. I bought it last Thursday, a day before I dreamt to have met Fisher in the bomb shelter. That was the last time I was alive or awake or sane. He must have done something. Something after that, it's like I don't even exist. Thing is though, I'm still here. I have a pulse, right? I'm breathing and sweating and... just doesn't feel like death, you know? No wings, no choirs, no fire. All very undeathful is what I'm saying. But then, what else could it be? Is it a Groundhog Day thing? Now time goes on. Goes on without me. Let it just go. That's not how the movie went. Truman Show? Can't imagine the ratings are any good. Alright, different thread. What was I doing before the murder? September 20th one. The one we all agree was real. I don't remember speaking to Ian, that's for sure. Not during orientation and not any of those other times. My phone claims I'd spoken to him. Crazy. Yeah. Becky, Ian's friend, confirms what Ian said about us, though. As do a handful of other classmates. Ian and I apparently hit it off. What else did I forget? What else do I even remember? Here's a bunch of childhood. Here's Dad dying. Here's how shitty high school was. Sally told me I was her all-time favorite employee when I resigned from the photo lab to come here. Hang on, what happened after that? I do vaguely remember the plane trip I took there. And orientation. Huh. What was I doing the first 2 weeks? Your phone's buzzing, Spencer. Take it. Shit. Jesus Christ, man. Hello? Hello, offspring? Holy shit! Who calls his child offspring? That must be a very loving mother. Hey, Mom. How are you doing? How am I doing? Gosh. I'm surprised you even still recognize my voice. Who said I did? The only people who'd call me during class hours are you and robocalls. What's going on? Jesus Christ, give me some answers finally. Holy shit. Her youthful laugh is mangled by the grainy, tinny voice line. Got a new number or something? Caller ID didn't recognize you there. Oh, you know, I just got a new one since you'd never answer my regular phone. Something squeezes at the pit of my stomach. Mom, I'm just kidding. This is my work number. Don't have to pay for long distance calls if no one knows I make them. She laughs again. What were you saying? Oh, nothing. So you got a new job? Yes, a couple of weeks ago. I'm doing spreadsheets and stuff for Home Depot. They opened a new one right by the church on Superior Avenue. You remember that one, right? Well, his mom is gonna be out of a job in at least, 15 years. Spencer? I'm not interrupting anything, am I? Why? Spencer! Put on some fucking pants, you sick fuck! No, nothing. I'm with you. I remember it. The church on Superior Avenue. So... You calling from for anything in particular? Anything in particular? Why, yes, Spencer, I am. I'm calling in particular to hear my son's voice, since that son of mine appears to be incapable of calling me by myself. That a good enough reason for you, mister? The air emanating from the heater is nice and warm against my body. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm just done. This line is so out of fucking pocket, dude. I just can't. He's on the phone with his mom and he's like, yeah, the heat from the radiator feels nice against my ball. What the fuck is even happening? Spencer cooking is particulars to not impregnate Ian. Yeah, no impreg for this dog. It's so fucked, dude. Like, okay. Wooza. I'm still here. Still here. By the way, I might go back to drawing bike orcs. Awesome. Very nice. Very nice. The radiator balls, dude. The radiator. No! Please, please, no! Okay. Hi, Pyres. How are you doing? Welcome in. I sent you an email just the other day, Mom. Disc. I saw it, alright. I'm glad to see your grades are getting better. Don't get me wrong. But you write those things like you got a youth pastor breathing down your neck. Do you really think that's what I care about? Think hard. So you don't care about my grades? God. You're how old now? It isn't rocket science. A mother wants to hear her son say the F word at least once in a while. What is in dialogue? I'm about to crash out. I really am. I'll keep that in mind. Say it. Fuck. What's your language? She bursts out laughing. Feels like a giant is squeezing my heart. Thanks, Mom. For what? For that. Mom's like, Jesus fucking Christ, Ben, screw up. Don't cook him. Did you get a new boyfriend yet? Thanks, Mom. You did! I did not. Don't lie to me. Ha! That's all I needed to know. I don't have a new boyfriend. Whatever you say, my mind's at ease. Hey, you can't fault me for worrying about that stuff. Not after I had to lure you out of your room every night for dinner. I was busy. For 5 years. I had a job. So does everyone else, Spencer. This dialogue, dude. So is he as tall as Alex was? I wish I could stay and finish, but I gotta go. I'll talk to you when I can. Alright, take care, Toilet. Have a good one. Hey, Mom. Yeah? Can I ask you something weird? Is it about periods? Mom, gross. Don't you have biology class over there? I don't. Didn't you get sex ed in high school? I don't think so. Gotta be a library over there. Mother. Yes, dear? I bite a piece of skin off the inside of my lip. What would you do? Uh-huh. Hypothetically, what would you do if I kinda like disappeared? Disappeared? For how long? For a long time. Weeks? Longer than that. Years? Longer than that. What will I do? Yes. The line turns static for a few seconds as she blows in my ear. What will your poor old mother do if you left her all on her own forever? Is that what you're asking me? Yes. Damn right, that's an odd question. I just fucking ended, Spencer. Please tell me you aren't thinking of joining the military. I'm not. Really. Promise. Then, swear by God, this had better be good. I swallowed a piece of lip I bit off. Just something that's been on my mind is all. You know what? We could have reread Echo. We could have reread Arches. We could have reread Sweetpool. We could have all done these things, but we could have read Higurashi now. But I had to go with this. I had to go with this first. I'm going to end it. I'm going to end this. I read through this and then we forget this ever happened. I found out that someone I know has been going through it recently. You know how it is. You are lying again. Sisk. I'm not. What's their name? Ian. Ian what? Ian Martin. Yeah, wow. You paused. I had to think about it. And at least we got Kurt on this fixation with toothpaste that I forced onto the character. Yeah, toothpaste curse is sadly nowhere to be seen as of late. He was there a bit ago in the cabin, but then he kind of vanished again. As if you don't know your own friends' names. He's not. I'm warning you. I'm not doing anything. Though you're thinking about it. I'm not thinking about anything either. I swear. Nothing's going on. I love you. You're a real piece of shit sometimes, Spencer. Shit, that mother. That's no chill. She's just like, you're a piece of shit. I know it. I squeezed you out. Like father, like son. Holy fuck, dude. Mom's the real one. Christ. And take a deep breath and lose the death grip on my phone. Don't get worked up. That's just what she always says when you piss her off. Hey, Mom. What? Can I ask you a couple of more questions? You gonna mess with me some more? Nah, I'm done. Shoot. Grandpa John, that's Dad. And Dad never spoke, you and Dad never spoke about him. Do you know what's up with that? Andrew smacks down the paper he has his design printed on moments before it flies off the table. Not even the boulder he placed on it is able to hold it in place. They all tell me the pumpkin carving fair has always been held indoors. This year, though, they decided to try something different. It's been raining so rarely this year. They must have told themselves it's nice. It's a nice sunny day. They reassured one another. I pop the collar off my coat like a douchebag before the wind blows the fur clean off my neck. Ian shoots me a smirk but says nothing. Like he's one to tell me how to dress. I still don't know what the fuck's going on in this visual novel. I'm so lost. This might not have been Joel's greatest idea. Joel Warren, right? Is she organizing this? That's right. Did I ever end up meeting her? Not that I remember, but you may have. See the fountain? Second table away from it? She's the one in the green sweater. Ian squints. Never met her, nope. How do you know her? Andrew had a crush on her last year for a couple of weeks. We worked on a project together. She's a friend. Everyone seems to be in high spirits with Halloween just around the corner. Groups of 3 to 8 friends each occupy a table. They chat and laugh and occasionally scramble to shield their stuff against another rogue gust of wind. The event is much more crowded than I anticipated. Maybe too crowded. I don't know. I don't think the story knows what's going on either. It feels very stream of consciousness. Because that's what it is. There's not really a structure to it. I mean, you can write stream of consciousness well. What's that Scottish author's name who wrote Finnegan's Wake? That's like stream of consciousness fuck and it still makes sense at the end. I forgot the name. I'm so bad I learned all the stuff and everything I've forgotten. Even though I managed to secure a table on the periphery by getting here way before it starts, 2 of the 3 of the neighboring tables seem to have drifted dangerously within earshot. Whatever save for the sweet stench coming from a nearby box of pumpkin that ripened a bit too early. I couldn't have asked for better circumstances to get to speak to these two at the same time. You carving without guide, Spence? Don't need one. You're in my first pumpkin rodeo. With your first one ever, huh? That's supposed to mean... Oh, nothing. It's just that you'll lose a finger putting the entire body weight down the knife like that. It's these Toys R Us ass carving tools. I can't get any leverage. Did your family let you use power tools as a kid or something? They straighten up. I mean, I'm sure there's a guy around here somewhere that can show you how to do it. There is? Well, if you were so great, why don't you show me? Ian half turns to check whether Andrew has an opinion on it, but Andrew refuses to break eye contact with his pumpkin. I guess. So, what you making? Talk. Snark. Bentha. He goes back to sculpting. Keep it appropriate. Please. Eventually, the conversation falls silent while we each concentrate on our respective project. This is nice, comfortable, almost like having friends again. Almost like nothing's weird's going on. And that is not why I'm here. I feel like a fucking mess. Pray to God everyone's too occupied to notice. My heart is racing. The tiny saw in my hand keeps slipping off my pumpkin because my hands won't stop shaking. And for what? It's not like any of this matters. If I screw up today, then by tomorrow everyone's already forgotten about it, right? There's no risk here. No consequences. Hey, Ian. What's up? Got something for you. Sorry, I completely forgot. Oh. I finished wiping my hands. Fish out the charm from the front pocket of my backpack and place it down on the table in front of him. Happy birthday! What? Oh, he's breaking in. Oh gosh, that's an Omamori. Yeah. Thanks, Spencer. That's so cool. My chest squeezes at its expression. Pronouncing this may have been a mistake. Sorry. Don't unwrap it yet. Finish your pumpkin first, I mean. If you don't mind. Besides, I want to tell you something. Andrew, too. Oh, sure. Go ahead. Actually, let me ask something first. When's the last time you saw me? You were absent from our last tutoring session, regrettably. What if... I swallow. What if I told you we've had that session? And Ian, what if I said that we've been seeing each other every day this past week? I'd say you're a liar. It would certainly be nice to have not had that time slot wasted. I thought as much. Well, here it goes, just like we practiced. Who's we? Get ready to have your minds blown. Ian, present. Another poltergeist created in the Jefferson Building in 1971. Wait. Let me finish. Lower my voice. Won't do me much good if Ian runs off. You told me about it during your meeting with Todd about how my corpse is missing. Pink newspaper, beautiful sunset. Todd thinks you feel guilty about my death. Andrew, we've visited Luca's grave in Sugar Hill Cemetery. You two have been best friends your entire lives. You brought it up as part of an excuse for why you're risking your neck figuring out who killed David Johnson. Right. Happy Halloween, Spencer. Please don't tell me you got in contact with our parents for just this. Nope. I was there during Ian's birthday party. Used up all the hot water in your cabin with Kurt. Then you've been going over all the shit he stole. And Ian, I've slept in your room. It contains no less than 3 Mother Marys. You told me that last time. There were only 2. Andrew? Not convinced yet? The 3 of you have spent your childhood skipping stones in the pond behind Andrew's house. How about that? Are you impressed? Well? Andrew's fingers drum on his pumpkin as he takes a moment to think. Well, you got me. I'm impressed. I admit I must have underestimated how transparent our affairs are. He shoots a quick glance at Ian. In either case, is that possibly your way of saying you're finally willing to help with Kurt and my project? Andrew, that's quite a creative performance you put up. Some serious deduction work. Andy, please don't call me that. We should leave. Should we? How come? This isn't Spencer that we are speaking to. Pardon? Deep breath. Prepared for this. So far, so good. I'm not gonna do anything to either of you, Ian. If I was a poltergeist, I wouldn't be standing visibly in broad daylight with 100 people around now, would I? That's not how those guys do. In fact, how about this? Right now is the year 2010. I'm Spencer Swain, college student, age 22, single. You know, as opposed to any other kind of dead schmuck. Am I possibly missing some context here? Don't move. Even every morning when I wake up, everyone behaves like I wasn't there the previous day. And everything I've done throughout the day kinda like goes back to how it was before I'd done it. That's the gist of it. That's the context. Sorry, it sounds stupid. I'm afraid I don't follow. The first time we met. Do you remember it? The time when we first met? Of course I do. It was the day after the murder at the 7-Eleven. That's wrong. The call history on my phone says we've been friends for much longer than that. Is that what you were going to say? Ian's shoulders softens. but he maintains a white knuckle grip on the table below. I think I might be in the clear. Jesus, you don't know what I am. Don't worry about it. That's not why I'm here. It does sound stupid. It is very special. It is indeed very special. We are at the Tromaville School for the very special. Nobody apart from me will get that reference. It takes some effort to maintain a neutral expression. I've never seen Andrew like this. His eyes are darting back and forth between us, like he's trying to gauge which of us is more insane. I see. Do you? That's good, Andrew, otherwise you'd be blind. Yes, I do see. Very clever. We really ought to have a chat about that, about how you go about presenting things. He picks a tissue off the table and begins wiping his hands. Let's save it for a later date. In any case, why are you here then? How may we assist? Andrew insists on buying us lunch from the expensive sandwich shop so that he could get himself a hoity-toity iced latte thing. We walk side by side, with him in the middle. Each of us has a sandwich in one hand and a cup in the other. I taste bread, ham, some pickles, yellow mustard for sauce. Has mustard any other color than fucking yellow? Like mustard is fucking... No crash out, no more crash outs. Can't complain since I didn't pay for it. But in what world could this have possibly cost anywhere near $8? In today's world, bro, in today's world. By the way, mustard is superior. At this point, I got pretty good grasp on how things went down. Though some spots are still unclear. Both of you seem... to have done a ton of nosing around, right? Each one approaching it from his own dubious perspective. So I figured, hey, why not get both of you together to converge on something? Maybe if we put our stories together, we might be able to figure something out. What do you even want to figure out, dude? Andrew nods through chewing and looking into the middle distance. He brought us to a section of the on-campus dorms where they must spend more on maintaining the lawns than the actual buildings. With the wind chill so strong this morning, each blade of grass is an ice shot poking right through my jeans into my ass. What? Bro, oh my god. I should scan anymore. I'm like, what's going on, bro? Like, for reals. This is... Yeah. Jesus Christ. Ubu. We've been sitting for 5 minutes now. Ian stunned in silence and Andrew responding just enough to keep me talking. Can't imagine he ever wanted Ian to hear any of this. Maybe he's still trying to figure out how to phrase himself out of saying too much. You started watching the cameras in Jefferson Building on January 2009, right? He swallows. I bet Andrew does, he has bottom energy. It was February, right, around the first wave of midterms. That's when we were asked to stop monitoring both entrances to the basement. Security stopped showing up in the building a few days after that. We? Were by who? If I remember correctly, Professor Reed took us aside and proposed that we volunteer. And you just accepted it. I did? It generally is a good idea to remain in good standing with your supervisors. Andrew is such a teacher's pet. He is... Oh, Jesus, is he a teacher's pet? Or a little bit more a brown noser, as the British would say. What did you get out of it? None of us received any bonuses for it. That's what you're asking. I didn't think any of it at that time, of course. It's part of my job to deal with miscellaneous. None of us. Who's this us? As mentioned, Professor Reed was also involved. Who else? Just us. Did Reed look at the monitors? His nose wrinkles as he goes in for a big bite. There's no doubt in my mind that I was being taken advantage of, Spencer. What are you trying to get me to say? Nothing. Just trying to figure out when Fisher first showed up. Careful with that name. Hold on. Who? Nelson Fisher. I lower my voice for Andrew's sake. That's your ghost, the one who killed me. Oh! He killed you? That's the speaker that had gone missing the day of the murder. You were busy discovering my corpse at the time. Was that it? I motioned my coffee at Andrew to continue. Mr. Fisher was introduced to us late in February. If memory serves. Sad to say, it wasn't the greatest experience. Professor Reed and I have always had rather rocky relationship. You'll excuse me if I'd rather not go into specifics, but both of them were slinging some fairly weighty threats my way. It was an inconvenience, but being forced to work an extra few hours each day unquestionably outweighed the notion of going against their wills. You understand, do you not? More than you know. You neglected to mention that part last time, Andrew. Ian. Yeah? Anything interesting happened mid-February last year? What kind of thing? You know what kind of thing. Oh. Nothing? Don't mind me. Well, no, I mean... Actually, nothing. Complete silence. That's what makes it unusual. You remember it, right? Andrew nods through a dainty little sip of his Fox Frappuccino. Lloyd versus Gray, the Opera House fire, and the shooting on Murphy Avenue. Those all happened within the span of a week. My group has been keeping watch, you know. There isn't any press about it anymore. No suspects, no leads, nothing ever since then. Not to mention the car accidents. Remember the wear your seatbelt ads we used to get on TV? Ultimately, there had only been a couple of fatalities, but according to the record we found, car accidents more than tripled in 2008. Tripled. And then, just before Christmas, it all stopped. Just kinda like it went away. I don't remember ever being a less eventful year from my entire life. Up until the murder, anyway. You with me? I'm with you. Well, yes, that is all true. Of course it is. Throughout this year, the only quote-unquote unusual happening was what I was seeing with my own eyes. Mr. Fisher would spend hours upon hours in the Jefferson Building basement every so often. Not much of a news story, however, that. So, there wasn't anything going on up until the murder? Almost. One thing did change before the academic year started. You began joining Mr. Fisher. He motions with his head towards Ian while Ian is busy wiping sauce off a piece of wrapping paper. It's such a miracle Andrew rationalized all this weird shit in just the right way. In his shoes, I would have gotten frustrated with Ian's paranormal stuff and changed the subject or something. He did not have to give either of us the benefit of the doubt. Come to think of it, here's a puzzle that we might be able to solve all together. I believe you two have touched on it earlier. You have met on the first day of the semester, haven't you? Yeah? It was also when I first met you with Spencer, in person I mean. Naturally brief as it were. So far so good? Yes, I think so. Grand. I don't think you took notice, but I had been quite surprised to see you, Spencer. You see, mere moments beforehand I had watched you walk into the basement. Whenever either you or Mr. Fisher did, it was quite long until you emerged. So I took the opportunity to attend to the freshman orientation. Get to know everyone. Welcome you all to the Institute. You left your post. You certainly gotten confident in throwing stones around your glass house. Yes, I left without telling anyone. In so many words. In either case, there you were, making a mess at the refreshment table. This may very well be not be important, but for the sake of being thorough, did you happen to see, since you were likely there at the same time as them, did you happen to run into... Please give me a moment. He shuts his eyes for a memory puzzle out how to phrase it. Have you seen Professor Reed or Mr. Fisher or anyone else that's relevant? Afraid not. That's a shame. No surprises there. How come? He's got a memory thing going on. A memory thing? He doesn't remember anything before the murder. Of course, how could I forget? You just said so, hadn't you? You don't remember your orientation. No, I do. Then I scratched the back of my ear with my half-empty cup. It isn't like telling him wouldn't make any difference. Up to him to make sense of it with his own internal logic. Ian has proof that we'd gotten pretty close right after I met him. I don't remember any of that. I've never been in the basement until after the murder either. My first time had been just before you jumped me. On the day of the murder. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You show up for orientation, but then don't attend any classes. And then 2 weeks into the semester finally decide to make yourself known. Incidentally, after a student had been killed. That's not what I said. Yeah, he's been with me during orientation. That's also not true. I was there, and you were there, and we said our nice to meet yous to one another. But that was mostly it. Most of the night I was on my phone. Is that true, Ian? It's not! From my perspective, I told you he has a memory thing. You can check my phone if you want. I'm not the crazy one here for a change. For a change. And he's only skipping morning classes. But that's just him being him. Me being me. Panther? What? Andrew slowly breathes in. I'm grateful that you brought up that Ian had gotten close to David Johnson. But is there not anything you may recall that might be relevant to his death? Either of you. Anything at all. I'm dead. I can't remember shit. Ian? Right. So, what happened next? Where were we? This is so... I don't know if it's just me, but this is so, like... so dry and, like... Do you try to puzzle this mystery together? This is so dry and kind of boring. I was like excited to get down to the mystery because I'm still interested in the mystery even if the writing is not great. But like this is they dissect this like I don't even know. So, why'd you leave your post? Ah, that's right. A new face showed up that evening. Kurt Abrams. If I recall correctly, Ian and you had talked to him before? Sort of, yeah. We have physics together on Friday. Well, at that point, Kurt and I had already a working relationship. Imagine my surprise when I saw him following David into the basement. After orientation, whenever David felt like paying the basement a visit, that had been on by his side more often than not. I'll be right back. I need to fucking piss like a racehorse. Let's chat to lost my little lift, boys, huh? Let's have something for Lisbeth. Let's see. I love your voice. You just find yeah, the lisp. The lisp. Okie dokie, legit, I want nachos. There are no nachos anymore, King. Nachos are sold out everywhere. No more nachos for you. You had enough nachos today. Yeah, I want a farm and a wife. Maybe Santa will hook us both up. Oh, come on. Santa Arco, I hope so. I'm not Santa Arco. No. Santa Arco is not here. Santa Arco left the fucking room. Soothing music, it's on my Apple Music. Nice. Welcome, bark! And bark, yes. Indeed, bark. Bark, bark. Santa Orco left the chat, yeah. Santa Orco left the chat. Oh. Ah. I finally managed to enlighten you on something. I did come here to squeeze information out of him, didn't I? He told me nothing. It came out a little more harsh than it had to. Damn. Had it under control for a moment there. Pushed my tongue against the roof of my mouth and stopped my throat from closing up. Unfortunate habit of his. Let's discuss this after I'm finished with my story. I'm just about done. He wipes the corner of his lips with a paper napkin and folds it between his palms and straightens up. Shall we head back? On the day of the murder, Mr. Fisher, Kurt, and David all went into the basement multiple times. Most before I got to my station. I had discovered that by rewinding the tapes later that day. Notably, this was the first time I'd ever seen Kurt walk by himself. When it came out, he had you with him. The actual you, if you pardon my way of speaking. The Spencer that's with us right now. That's all. That is all. A day after the murder, Professor Reed absolved me of my monitoring duties. I have not been in the camera room since. He shakes his cup around miraculously. Miraculously, there is still a bit of liquid left. The story trying to do somersaults landing on his face or limbs broke. Oh. Comments? I walk in silence. My head is buzzing with thoughts. Why the change of heart? Why the change of heart? What do you mean? Never cared about the David Johnson case. In fact, to me, it had always seemed like you were actively avoiding it. Oh. Whatever. I'm dead. What have I got to lose? Please be serious. Ian's hand bangs against the lip of the trash can he was tossing his wrapper into. Alright, whatever your reasoning might be, it is obvious you are invested. How would you like to proceed from here? In case it was unclear, Kurt and I have been collaborating on this affair for quite some time. Would you perhaps be interested in joining us? Ah, my God, why would you ever... Oh. Spencer! Do I really need to, like, get all fussed up about the goddamn fucking thing that he did there? His little pumpkin that he made with the dick nose. I do think the dick nose is stupid. This is really the absolute best. We are entering dangerous territory here. Oh well. Join you. Allow me to ask it in a different way. You had orchestrated a little demonstration for Ian and I believe you had gotten whatever you wanted out of it. What are your next steps? What's your plan? My plan? Speak to Kurt, perhaps? I'll speak to Kurt. And afterwards? Try to find relevant articles online? Right. As you see, there might be some value to combining our efforts. I can't. Why not? I don't know. All I want is to figure out what's happened before it's too late. What's too late? You truly are an enigma, Spencer. He shakes his head in dramatic disbelief and turns to Ian. Afterwards, I lay my balls on the evening room and post online about the PS3. I'm gonna play war with the balls on the heater, yes! Fuck those X-Bots, let's fucking go! I can't, I just can't, I'm done for today, holy shit! I can't. I'm so done. Pray for life, motherfuckers. I love that you had heard the things you'd heard today, Ian. And I truly regret that you had to have been involved at all. However, since it became clear that you have been close to the victim, perhaps you would be willing to answer a couple of questions? Sorry, Andrew. No can do. Why not? It's because you wouldn't believe him. I guess it's a bit too much. Regrettably, but I understand. Sorry. He turns back to me. This may be in part wishful thinking, Spencer, but I'd like you to know that my offer does not expire. We need to help. We need all the help we can get. And you have demonstrated that you are able. When he's not roasting his balls on the heater, he's capable, I guess. To run the booth with Kurt. By all means, I'll be passing on to him everything that had been revealed today, and do attempt to be more trusting with him than you are with me. He is the most invested in the case between us, and he has the most knowledge. He is your most realistic chance to get to whatever goal you are trying to achieve. Maybe Kurt and Spencer are roasting their balls on the heater together. I'm sorry, I can't let it go. That Spencer is a Sony fanboy who calls his bar. Hey Spencer, what's up? How many times have you given me the Omamori? My birthday present, I mean. This is the 6th time. I see. Does it mean I'm gonna forget today too? Thinking of how easy it was puts an extra pound of pressure to my clenched jaw. I'm a goddamn moron, aren't I? Andrew barely even needed a prod to spill it all out. He was happy that I wanted to know. I could have asked him a month ago, when I was still alive. The weight of my fists gives me a good stride. I'm sweating inside my jacket. I should plan this. Go back to the dorm, sit in silence. Let all that I've learned slide into place. Instead, I'm walking, holding myself down from breaking into a sprint. Kurt and Spencer, covered in toothpaste, standing naked in front of the heater, wanting to waiting for crust to form the ultimate body hammer. Before raiding the house of the local politician. The cold air long since dried out my nose and is now burning the top of my throat. This is a mistake. I swallow. Oh, I bet you do. Fruitlessly. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I carried this as far as I could. I don't have the energy to go on anymore. I will go on next Saturday, and I hope we finish this shit by then, so I can go and read fucking Higurashi afterwards. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Kurt and all. So yeah, that's it for today. I thank y'all for being here, pushing through with me on this. And I hope y'all had still a good time. It's always fun making fun of bad VNs. It's so ass, my ears and ass are bleeding. Rip. So yeah. We gonna go through this together, and yeah. I'll see you next week on stream. Remember, tomorrow we have anime on Discord. If you wanna join, you're invited. Hit me up on Discord and I send you an invite to the server. Other than that, we are seeing each other next week. On Friday is gonna be a special Halloween stream. I'm gonna read Creepypasta, I'm gonna play Skin Freak, and we are gonna watch a public domain horror movie. So this is gonna be a longer stream next Friday. Buckle in for it. We're gonna have some fun, boys. And I will also unveil the new merchandise. So it's gonna be something. Happy to have you all. And on Saturday, we're gonna finish, hopefully, this visual novels and can move on to greener path. I'm gonna be back. I'm probably gonna go to a party on Halloween. Nice. Awesome. That's kind of cool. And I will be back in 1.5 hours on Kick with the Yap stream. We have a few news we want to go over. With Ivanu and with Lacerto. The crew is back together, so if you head over to Kick, I could drop by Kick link real quick if you want to give me a follow there, if you don't follow me already. Let me grab that real quick for you. There we go. Exactly. So I'll be back there in 1.5 hours. Anyways, I'll talk to you all later. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining. You've been an amazing audience. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye.